Today we're back with the FM23 guide to the 23-24 season. As you can see from the background, we are using Tottenham Hotspur in a season where I managed every single game and managed to win the league using 3 tactics in a realistic manner to get Spurs to winning the Premier League. Now make sure to stick around, this is the second one we have done. I'm going to show you 3 tactics, I'm going to show you lots and lots of highlights in games as well, and also star players to look out for, Wonderkids who are already at Spurs, and some realistic transfer options for you to go and get in January or in the summer. And you're going to have great fun, so stick around and let's get in. It's the FM23 Spurs Guide. What's going on there, guys? Kevby here and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video from myself, and today it's a guide. This is the second guide that I've done for the 23-24 season. At the end of the video, make sure to go and watch the United guide if you're looking to do a Man United guide. If you're looking to do United save anyway, it's great fun. We have quite a lot of fun on these. I play through an actual season myself. I play every single game. I use 3 different tactics, a sort of standard variant, attacking variant, and the defensive variant. And then I show you guys the results of them individual tactics, show you the results of a whole season that I play through myself as well. And I show you who the sort of star players were. I try and keep these sort of as realistic as possible as well. And as you can see from sort of the base up team that I've got here, it's a 4-3-3. I do add another formation in later on, and I'll show you guys that. I'm just going to show you sort of the initial team first of all. Then we'll go to my final results, and then we'll go to the 3 tactics. My base 4-3-3, Vicario in goal, Porro at right back, Romero, Van der Ven and Adoji at left back, Basuma in DM, Sarr and Madison midfield, Kulusevski, Johnson and Heung-min Son. This is the team that I'm going to look to play most of the time. So when you do a normal simulation, sort of Adoji won't get used, Van der Ven won't get used, Papa Mateta Sarr doesn't get used, but then Johnson doesn't get used, Pedro Porro probably won't get used over Emerson Royale. So there's quite a few different changes if you just set a simulation. So I like to actually play the games, use the realistic players, and obviously you can see at the start as well, we do win the league using this sort of team as the base team. So the tactics we use are really good, and the signings we make in January as well are very realistic and very, very good. So I'm going to go straight to the end of the season so I can show you sort of the individual player stats, and then we'll go for the tactics from there, and yeah, it's going to be great fun. So this is my individual save then. The Premier League, we done very, very well. We ended up winning the league on 83 points, 25 wins, 8 draws and 5 losses, a 43 goal difference, so nothing outrageous. Liverpool on 81 points, City on 80, United on 80 and Arsenal on 80, so going into the final day, any of 5 teams could win the league. It was a really fun season to actually play through. I've never done a Spurs save, and it's even more different because there's no Harry Kane. And I think as a little sort of side thing to show you, Harry Kane went to Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich did not win anything. They come second in the Bundesliga. They didn't win the Pokal and didn't win the Champions League either. So Harry Kane goes to Bayern Munich, doesn't win a trophy, but is like lovely Spurs go ahead and win the Premier League, which is unbelievable. Sorry, Harry Kane, but it was the wrong move if I come in as the gaffer. But yeah, 43 goal difference is quite good. In terms of overall stats, we've scored 77 goals, the 6th best in the league, and we conceded 34, so joint 3rd best in the league. So we weren't outrageous at either of them. Possession-wise, we didn't keep a lot of the ball. Best completion-wise, we didn't do that either. Most shots for, we were 4th with 649, and against, we were 3rd on 330. But the one that stands out is points per game, and we were very, very good at that. Goal scorers, we didn't have some of the top goal scorers. Haaland on 50, Lukaku on 26, Martial on 25. Assist-wise, we weren't there either. We were just a very good, steady side. You can see that from the data hub, just over a 2.03 goals per game, conceding 0.89. It's nothing outrageous, and that's because the 3 tactics we made were very, very good. I sort of had that base 4-3-3, I had the defensive 4-3-3 with 2 DMs, and I had an attacking 4-2-3-1. Now I made 2 signings in January. Number 1 was Sheikh Doucouré from Crystal Palace. A defensive midfielder, ended up playing 27 games over the whole season, signed for Palace as well. Signed for quite a big fee of £57 million, played 11 games for us. I think it's quite a realistic signing and sort of fits into that Spurs sort of high aggression centre midfield role, and played in DM alongside Basuma a lot in that sort of defensive system. And then when we played in the 4-3-3, is also capable of going in to the box-to-box role. And the other signing was someone they were linked to heavily in real life. It's a Bere Eze, fantastic left winger. Again, heavily linked to in real life, was very expensive at £72 million. So the fees probably not realistic, but you have to pay. We have to pay in January. And 2 signings which I think don't elevate the team to an unrealistic level. A very standard signings. You can see Doucouré got a 6.9, Eze with a 7.11, 2 goals, 3 assists from 13 games. So it wasn't like they come in and it was unrealistic. There were 2 very realistic signings, which I'm very happy to make. And then sort of the players that were the best for us over the whole entire season, if we go by average rating, Dejan Kulusevski with a 7.2 average rating, 14 goals and 6 assists. James Maddison, 17 goals, 12 assists, 7.17. And Ayo Vagiz, if you are doing a Spurs save, use this guy. He's very, very good. Brand new signing in real life, 16 determination, 14 finishing, decent enough pace as well, and is actually a bagsman in the match engine. 6 goals in 5 starts, 9 off the bench, so very happy with him. Richarlison, 10 goals, 7 assists in 38 games overall. Heung-min Son, 25 goals, 8 assists in 41. He had a big injury at some point, so Brennan Johnson stepped up during that. 6 goals, 10 assists in about 37 games overall. 10 assists from Pedro Porres, that inverted wing back at the right back role, and we'll talk about the sort of formations now as well. So this is the 4-3-3, sweeper keeper on support in goal, ease off tackles, inverted wing back on support on the right, no further instructions, wing back on support on the left, no further instructions, 2 ball players at the back on defend, no further instructions, a DM on defend in DM, no further instructions, a box to box midfielder on the right hand side of close down more and tackle harder. A Mazzala on attack on the left-hand side, dribble more and run wide with ball. An inverted forward on the left-hand side, which when we click on, as Ebere Eze. Come on, let me click. Roam from position and sit narrower. Inverted winger on support on the right-hand side, and Kulusevski's results were brilliant with roam from position and sit narrower. And that advanced forward on attack up front, roam from position and tackle harder. Positive mentality in possession. It was shorter passing to space, low crosses, work the ball into the box, be more expressive, slightly higher tempo and fairly wide. In transition, it was take short kicks, counter and counter press. And out of possession, it's a high defensive line, a high press system and triggering the press more. So it's a very aggressive style of play. Like I said, it's a pretty realistic Ange Postecoglou 4-3-3. All these tactics will be available to download directly through the Patreon, which is down in the description below, and also through the Discord. They're going to be just for free in there. I mean, the Patrons, if you do want to sign up for Patreon, legends are on the screen right now who do. Mainly it's there for reboot files, but you do get that instant download for these as well. And obviously the support helps me make my dreams come true of making content. So if you do want to show any support, the tactic files you get in the base level are £2 support, and the reboot files in the £5 support. So a massive thank you if you do want to go through there and do that. Let me show you the 4-3-3 full season sim. This is obviously with no changes, locking the tactics and seeing what the AI do with the team as well. So 4-3-3, let's get right into it. So the 4-3-3, we ended up getting 74 points, 23 wins, 5 draws and 10 losses. Richarlison scored lots of goals when we locked this in. Probably played more games here than he would than when I actually managed. Third place, 74 points, is 9 points behind what we finished with me actually managing. I mean, in this simulation, we would not have won the league, but certainly fell off in terms of points. Assist-wise, Maddison on 17, Richarlison 7.43 average rating and second on goals. You can see we scored 1.97 goals per game, conceded a few more as well with 0.97, so definitely worth using all 3 tactics. And our standout players, we're looking at 29 goals and 10 assists for Richarlison, 21 and 8 from Heung-min Son, 19 and 17 from Maddison, who really enjoys that left centre mid role. Kulusevski with 3 and 10, not doing quite so well. 10 assists again for Pedro Porro. The rest of the competitions, we FA Cup, we were quarter-final by Liverpool, and a Carabao Cup second-rounded by Bournemouth. Obviously, no Europe, so fairly boring season. Didn't do very well in the 4-3-3, just using this formation. Like I said, the whole point of these is use all 3 formations in one. And let me show you the defensive formation for them games where we lost 10 of them. Should we have started in that defensive formation? Well, this is that. And playing the defensive but negative style of football over the full season, managed to win a title as well on 81 points, so 2 points lower than we did when we played every single game. 36 goal difference, 7 losses, 6 draws, 25 wins. FA Cup, we were 4th rounded by City, and Carabao Cup 3rd round by Bournemouth. I would not recommend just playing this style of play. You can see it's not very attractive, it's not very fun to actually play with. 1.79 goals per game, 0.84 conceded per game, and in terms of squad, in terms of scoring goals, you pretty much have 4 players. Son, Maddison, Kulusevski, Richarlison. Midfield doesn't get that involved. The wing backs don't get involved. It is very, very defensive. And actually, if we go through the formation itself as well, sweeper keeper on defend in goal. 2 wing backs on support, right and left, no further instructions. 2 ball players, no further instructions. 2 ball midfielders in front, 1 on defend and 1 on support. That should make it so your left hand side of one is more defensive and sort of sits in the role, but the right side of one is more aggressive and will go up and sort of intercept the ball. A roaming playmaker on support in the middle role, no further instructions. Inverted winger on attack on the right hand side, roam for position and sit narrower, and an inside forward on the left hand side, roam for position and sit narrower. We would advance forward on attack with roam from position and tackle harder. A balanced mentality. In possession, we are passing into space, low crosses, work the ball into the box, slightly higher tempo and fairly wide. In transition, take short kicks, counter and counter press. And out of possession is a high press system, triggering the press much more often and threatening short kick distribution. In terms of the goals scored and stuff, we didn't really get sort of anywhere on this. We were 5th with 68 goals conceded. We were 4th on 32. Not going to keep lots of the ball, but again, we did win the league in this formation. And the attacking formation is 2 attacking to use as 1. So again, I'll show you the simulation. Again, I'm going to reiterate, use all 3 tactics in your saves to get the best results. Because as you can see here, if you go attacking for the whole season as this Spurs side, you're going to come in 5th place, 69 points, which is 14 points less than using sort of all 3. Losing 9 games, drawing 9 games, winning just 20. FA Cup, 3rd rounded by Hull and 4th rounded by West Ham. Data Hub wise, we scored lots of goals, 2.13, which is more than we did in the other sim, but conceded way too many on 1.53. So this is for the smaller teams. Again, I'll do the same as I did in the United one. I'll show you guys in the schedule what I actually used for each individual team. This starts off with a super keeper on support in goal with ease off tackles. Wing back on support on the right, no further instructions. Same on the left, and the 2 ball playing defenders on defend in centre back. Deep line playmaker on support on the left hand side of run wide with ball, and box to box midfielder on the right hand side of close down more and tackle harder. Advanced playmaker on support, no further instructions in cam. Inverted winger on attack on the right, roam from position, sit narrower. Inside forward on the left, roam from position, sit narrower. And advanced forward on attack up front, roam from position and tackle harder. Mentality wise, it is set to attacking, pass into space, low crosses, be more expressive at a slightly higher tempo and playing fairly wide. In transition, take short kicks, counter and counter press. And out of possession, that high defensive line, that high press system, and triggering the press more often as well. Again, looking at the Premier League in terms of stats, goals scored, we scored 81. Conceded, we weren't there. We scored way too many. Possession-wise, we weren't there. So it really was sort of a go-for-it tactic for just playing against these smaller sides. It does not work against the big boys. We had a few absolute batterings, I'm pretty sure. But let me go through and show you guys the actual schedule, the games that I played, and who I used, where, and when. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys our home form in the Premier League. You can see we just lost 2 games all season, 1 to Chelsea, 1 to Arsenal. Starting off at the start, we played the 4-3-3 against Everton with a 2-0 victory, the 4-3-3 against Fulham with a 1-1 draw. By then I hadn't created the attacking tactic. I created that probably about October time. But I mean, I sort of noticed after here we sort of needed a bit more of an aggressive system. 2-2 against Palace and then 1-0 against United. And from there, I think I changed it up. Again, using the 4-3-3 against Palace and the 4-3-3 2 DMs, the defensive version against United. Did quite well in that game. 4-0 victory against Brentford using the 4-3-3 and then a 1-1 draw against West Ham in the 4-3-3. Using the defensive formation, we beat Man City 1-0 at home and then beat Wolves 5-1 at home using the aggressive 4-2-3-1. So they're the sort of teams you're looking to play this against. Used the defensive formation against Liverpool, drawing 2-2. Again, a very good result. Happy with that. We also missed a penalty in this one, so we could have won using a defensive style of play. So again, Man City, we beat them using that. Liverpool, we should have beat them using that. Sheffield United using the aggressive system, beating them 4-1. The standard 4-3-3, I should have played the defensive formation here against Chelsea. We lost 1-0. Then the 4-3-3, we played against Burnley, beat them 3-1. 4-2-3-1 against Forest, beat them 2-1. 4-3-3-1 against Bournemouth, beat them 4-2-3-1. Beat them 4-2-3-1. Beat them 2-1. Villa playing the 4-3-3, beat them 3-1. Again, Villa quite a hard side to try and break down and beat. So playing the 4-3-3 is definitely worth it. You can see we scored a 90th minute goal. So a very difficult game. Middlesbrough in the Premier League, 5-1 victory in the 4-2-3-1. Brighton 5-0 using the 4-3-3 as well. Newcastle 4-3-3, 2-0. And then I should have played the defensive formation against Arsenal. We went 1-0 up in this one by Heung-min Son goal. And then Destiny Adoji got a red card in the 15th minute, and it all fell apart from there. So a bit disappointing in that one, but you know, very, very good over the course of the season in that 4-3-3, a lot more consistent, and again, just sort of switching it up to the games where you need to is sort of the best thing I would say to do. Away from home, we played a lot more defensive style of play. So away against Forest, we played them 3-2 in the 4-3-3, losing to Newcastle 2-0 in the 4-3-3, and then we played Arsenal away at the Emirates. Spurs fans, a 1-0 victory in the defensive formation. Played the 4-3-3 against Sheffield United, won 3-1. The 4-3 away against Chelsea, winning this one 2-1. 2 goals in the 84th minute. They're very happy with that result. Defensive formation away against Brighton, beating them 3-0. Against the Middlesbrough, away from home, 4-2-3-1, still managed to get a good victory of 2-0. 4-3-3 DM, probably too defensive against Villa. We probably gave them too much respect and lost this one using the defensive formation 2-1. Beat Bournemouth using the 4-3-3, beat Burnley using the 4-3-3. United using the 4-3-3, managed to draw 1-1, which is a great result. 4-3 against Brentford, drawing 2-2. Again, a very decent result against Brentford. They do have Ivan Toney at this point as well. 4-3 against Everton, beating them. Away against Liverpool in the defensive formation during 1-1. Very happy. An 81st minute Salah goal stopped us from getting the victory there against Liverpool. They got lucky twice against us. Wolves, we played the 4-3 and lost 2-1. One of them sort of annoying games. We won it up to the second half and then ended up losing. Defensive formation against City. Again, we beat them 1-0. Again, Brennan Johnson, a late 92nd minute winner. 3-1 against West Ham using the 4-3-3. 1-0 against Fulham using the 4-3-3. And 2-0 against Palace on the last day of the season to win us the league in the 4-3-3. And so we've set it to all of the competitions as well. Usually we sort of did quite well over the whole entire season. Start of the season sort of a little bit shaky. I was a little bit disappointed by the end of September, but we had quite a good run from there, losing to Villa. But other than that, a great stretch from sort of the 26th of September to January. So very good in that middle part of the season. And again, towards the end of the season, very strong as well. We were at the Carabao Cup final where we lost to Chelsea 2-0. And the FA Cup, we got fourth rounded by Liverpool as well. So quite a decent cup run. Did quite well in the Carabao Cup. Happy with how we done. Just obviously a bit disappointed. We Spursied it on the last day. In terms of the squad, in terms of players that I would say to keep an eye out for if you are going to do a save, Papi Mateta Sarr is actually really good if you play him. If you don't play him after the first season, he normally leaves. And on your saves, if you're doing a different saves, he's probably not at Spurs. He doesn't develop unless you give him game time. And you can see from his stats, he's very well rounded. So give this guy a bit of game time. He is very, very good. Aleo Veliz, as I've said as well, very good. Ollie Skip was actually quite good in the games I played him. Destiny Adoji, another player similar to Papi Mateta Sarr. Spurs don't play him if you just simulate it, so make sure you give this guy a chance. He is fantastic. One season in, worth £73 million. Mickey van der Ven, again, doesn't get played. He isn't actually worth that much, but played very well this season. 6.85 average rating, and is a very, very good centre-back. Very quick and very handy to have in your team. Vicario I was quite impressed with. 6.9 average rating, 44 goals conceded in 47 games. I was a bit worried about him because I'm not too sure on him on FM, not too sure on him in real life either, but he was actually quite good. In terms of development centre, we actually do have a good few young players. I loaned out Alfie Devine in January. This guy is a fantastic talent, isn't quite good enough for season number 1, but if you're going to do a long-term Spurs save, get this guy out on loan as soon as possible, and when you can, bring him into the team, give him 15-20 games at least. And if you are going to have players in the sort of side that you're looking to develop, bring them up to the first team, make them available for games for the under-21s, and that is how you get the best development out of your Wonderkids, because they're training with better players, but they get to get the minutes in as well. So thank you for watching. This is another guide. This is the Tottenham Hotspur guide. Like I mentioned, we did have a Manchester United guide just a few days ago, which is going to be down here, so head over and watch that one.